Siddharth bhai, the question is whether the labeling is a practical in India, whether we can detect whether it is a practical or not practical. That's a question arising here. Whether what we feel is not a practical, and neither we have a method to test the whether it's a GM or non-GM, and practically none of the laboratory across the country has a facility to test the GM. Yes, you can test the GM food. Soybean, you can make out difference whether it's a GM soybean or non-GM. But so far the oil is concerned, the protein is concerned, there is no protein in the oil, and therefore it cannot be detected whether the soybean oil produced is a GM. Only they can say source is a GM, but the product is not a GM.
सर मैं जरा बात करूं मेहता जी?
हाँ जरूर, वेलकम सर, वी आर वेटिंग फॉर यू.
अरे नहीं, बिकॉज अमीन सर बात कर रहे थे, तो इफ डॉक्टर अमीन, इफ यू आर कंप्लीटेड देन आई विल टॉक, अदरवाइज यू कंप्लीट.
Carry on, sir, please.
So all the dignitaries, those who are present, Atul sir and all other member of management committee, let me tell you, this issue itself is a no issue. At this point of time, our regulations by FSSAI are in the draft stage. We are not clear. We do not know the definition of genetically modified organism. The definition is also not standardized in Indian context. And as rightly said by Dr. Amin, methodology is also not declared, or there is no test method in India. So as on today, the oil does not carry any GMO. This is a fact. But if somebody wants to go into the detail of, जैसे कहते हैं ना कि खाल की बाल निकालना, तो then always you can trace back to the GMO. But as on today, legal metrology regulation does not say that the product is sourced from GMO.
मेरा question दूसरा है इसमें.
Sir,
tomorrow if they make it mandatory that you have to mention it, then what is the legal obligation on the manufacturer? अगर मान लो उसने लिख दिया कि ये नॉन जीएम है और जीएम निकल आया, फिर is he liable for criminal prosecution or not? अगर ये केवल तफरी के हिसाब से लिख रहे हैं तब तो ठीक है, बट अगर सीरियसली लिख रहे हैं and it has to be मतलब legally implemented, then what is the status?
I completely agree, sir. We have to go for that also, because it's a product liability, and finally it is on the owners will be on the packer and the manufacturer. I completely agree with you.
Exactly.
Again,
my take is it is a very very stupid idea. आज आप कितनी चीजों को वो जीएम और नॉन जीएम कर दोगे? आपके टैंकर जाते हैं साले, वो टैंकर कौन सा तेल लेके गए हुए, पहले कौन सा तेल पोर्ट वाला ले गए या क्या नाम हिंटरलैंड के प्लांटों का ले गए हैं. प्लांटों के अंदर, रिफाइनरी के अंदर दोनों तेल चलता है, क्रूड भी चलता है, डीगम भी चलता है, पाइपलाइन में साला कौन सा ट्रेस है, क्या ट्रेस है. I think it's an exercise in futility.
Yes,
as an association, we should go against this hammer and tongue.
Yes,
not, and this should not be allowed. Otherwise, it will create a massive disturbance in the business supply chain. Big time.
Big time. Sir, one more point I want to bring to your notice, sir. This is about the imported soya oil, or it could be sunflower oil. What about our own cottonseed oil? Everybody knows.
बराबर है, वो भी बात हुई थी उसमें, मैं वही बोला था. तो कॉटन ऑयल के साथ भी तो यही चक्कर है.
We are opening the panorama box.
And sir, it is not only cottonseed oil. Let me tell you, all the cottonseed, what actually goes into the cattle feed and your milk, the cow milk, if you go into the traces, then you never know. If somebody like Dr. Amin's lab, they can find out the traces in even the milk also with the advanced methodology. So it is not going to stop only at that. GMO can penetrate anywhere then, because protein.
And ultimately it can go to the human being also. It means.
Sir, human being means like, but you
आप
don't
दूध
eat
पीते तो
human
आएगा
being,
ना, आप दूध पिएगे तो आएगा ना.
सर लेकिन आप तो GMO वैसे खा रहे हो.
मेहता जी दूध मत पिया करो, अच्छी चीजें पिया करो. फालतू में दूध पीते हो, अच्छी चीज पियो.
पिताजी
चलिए।
कन्हैया है,
All said and
कन्हैया
done,
तो
we
पिएगा
need to
दूध ना।
oppose
मेहता जी
this
पीने
hammer
वाली
and
चीज
tong.
पीते नहीं है, हैं? मेहता जी पीने वाली चीज पीते नहीं है, अब दूध पीते हैं, तो दूध तो बच्चे पीते होते हैं।
क्या करे, प्रेशर साहब ने इतना बिगाड़ा नहीं है मेरे को।
Tulji, you made a very relevant point here. I think, and that is something that needs to be brought to fore. You have a 10 million ton domestic bean crop. Even if you crush, say, 10 million tons, you are making 1.8 to 1.9 million tons of domestic soya oil. The same branded companies are using domestic oil as well as imported. Now, in your branded product, if you put GM, how will you differentiate what is your local oil crush, which is a non-GM oil? So this is, you're right, this is opening a Pandora's box and getting into a confusion of a very big kind.
It will screw up the supply chain, and it will also ensure that we end up having much more equitable distribution of wealth, with food inspectors having a field day.
Atul ji,
Mhm.
FSSAI has brought the draft regulation of the GMO
Hmm.
under the pressure of same, because this is being raised by the PETA Association in the Parliament again and again.
Hmm.
And they are actually funded by the European lobbies. This is the issue of the European, because they banned the GM.
Hmm.
Very interestingly, 2 years back when the soya crop was very bad actually the oil crop was very bad in the Europe, they allowed a GMO crop in Europe. So they also play double. When it comes to the food security, they open up. When the food is enough, then they ban it.
तो
Having said
मेहता जी, जो आप चिट्ठी बनाओगे ना,
हाँ जी,
जो चिट्ठी का जो कहना चाहिए मर्म या मजमून जो होना चाहिए ना,
अरे इतना
वो
हिंदी
होना चाहिए।
इतना जबरदस्त हिंदी मत बोलिए सर जी।
हिंदी, इसको आप हिंदी बोलते हो,
नहीं,
बेइज्जती कर
लखनऊ
रहे हो
है
हिंदी
तो।
की।
ये लखनऊ
उर्दू है, ये उर्दू
वही
है।
लखनऊ है।
लखनऊ नहीं, ये उर्दू है, फारसी मिक्स है। तो मेरा सजेशन ये है कि जो आप लिखे ना चिट्ठी, it should also highlight the massive problems which the country can face in terms of supply chain disturbance, and which can create havoc in the market, and in a scenario where your country is dependent to the extent of 65 to 70% on imports. So we should not have a situation where markets flare up to the extent that the government in power gets into trouble.
नहीं डायरेक्ट में तो कोई सैलरी नहीं ना, आगे का वैसे चलेगा आपको।
जस्ट
इधर वैसा डिले है ना सर, वो भी डिले है।
अरे कैन यू
वही ना, रेडियम देखो,
allow can you put on the mute, can you put on the mute? I think somebody is talking.
दीप जी के यहाँ खाली म्यूट। हाँ जी,
ओ सर, चलिए ओके। नहीं
चलो,
तो
तो इसका चिट्ठी बनाइए आप।
हाँ जी, कल बन जाएगी।
मैं 2 पॉइंट एड ऑन कर दूं अतुल जी, है ना। यूरोप में बैन नहीं किया हुआ है जो जीएम सोया है, केवल लिखित में लेने को बोलते हैं। अदरवाइज जीएम सोया वहाँ चल रहा है, पूरा जो लैटिन अमेरिका का सोयाबीन है ना, वहाँ पे आया फीड में यूज हो रहा है। दूसरा एक रियल चैलेंज है एक्चुअली, अगर सोयाबीन पे लिखना शुरू कर लिया ना, सेकंड क्वेश्चन आ ही जाएगा कॉटन का। हमारे यहाँ तो पूरा जीएम कॉटन चल रहा है, तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो बड़ा एजेंडा बन जाएगा। तो अभी आप सही कह रहे हैं, अभी रिजिट करके विरोध करेंगे तभी हो पाएगा, नहीं तो वो बड़ा मामला बन जाएगा।
नहीं, बिल्कुल 100%, because it can create massive problem. I'm not saying that जो गवर्नमेंट का नोटिफिकेशन भी है जो आ रहा है ड्राफ्ट, वो ये नहीं कह रहा है कि they are banning GM, but they are insisting that you need to mention it. Mention it का मतलब है, अगर मान लो आपने का सैंपल उड़ गया जिसमें आपने लिखा हुआ है नॉन GM है, उसमें वो साला GM का ट्रेस मिल गया, वो मिल ही जाएंगे 110%। तो फूड इंस्पेक्टर की चांदी हो गई, वो तो आपकी खटिया खड़ी करके रख देगा।
हाँ, तो इसमें हम लोगों ने पहले जब डिस्कस किया था तो इसका कंक्लूजन ये निकला था डिस्कशंस में कि प्राइमरली सोर्सेज पे हो सकता है, सोयाबीन के लिए बोल सकते हैं कि जीएम है कि नॉन जीएम सोर्सेज पे, पर प्रोडक्ट पे बहुत मुश्किल रहेगा, पॉसिबल नहीं है जी।
मेहता जी, यू हैव एम्पल एम्युनिशन, बनाइए ना चिट्ठी।
हाँ जी, कैन Prabodh, you have some issues regulatory, or shall we move the last?
Sir, I will just show you in 5 minutes if you permit. मैं आपको
But
दिखा देता हूँ सर।
Be brief. Today we have a lot of agenda.
Sir, ब्रीफ का भी ब्रीफ कर देता हूँ,
That's very nice of you.
ब्रीफ का भी ब्रीफ कर देता हूँ, डोंट वरी।
चलिए, I'll put your presentations.
या प्लीज।
शेयर कर दो।
बट अतुल जी, इसमें फार्मर्स इनकम का भी लिंकेज बता देंगे सर। इट विल हैव अ ह्यूज प्रॉब्लम ऑन द फार्मर्स इनकम आल्सो, अगर ये जीएमओ लेबल्ड।
Why?
शेयर कर दो, शेयर करो।
सर कॉटन सीड,
नहीं, but they are not saying that it is banned.
नहीं, बट जैसे आपने इसको आइसोलेट कर देंगे ना, लोग लेंगे थोड़ी इंडिया में, जीएमओ को बोल दिया तो। जस्ट सी दी रिपरकशन क्या होगा, देखो।
No, नेगेटिव रिपरकशन हो जाएगा। People will doubt that there is something wrong with the GM. They'll stop buying.
They will stop buying.
पतंजलि ने और फॉर्च्यून ने जीएम लिख दिया ना, तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, सबका बिकेगा।
नहीं
ऐसा
सर,
नहीं, let me tell you, let me quote you. In Europe, they said this product do not contain palm oil. उसका मतलब क्या है कि something wrong with the palm. So this creates a doubt in the mind of the consumer.
बराबर है। आज भावना आंटी है नहीं है?
देखिए
अतुल भाई प्लीज।
मेहता जी मेरा टाइम स्टार्ट हो गया, बाकी का बाद में करते हैं।
Just a minute, I want to add regarding cotton seed, because cotton seed is now all GM here, and cotton oil is all made from GM seeds here. So what I want to tell you is, people will have no choice. They want to eat cotton seed oil. If it is written GM or not written GM, it doesn't matter.
कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, ये सब कहने की बात है।
ये मुझे भी सोयाबीन में भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, खाना तो पड़ेगा ही। तेल किधर है? इंडिया में तेल नहीं है ना, हमें शॉर्टेज है, तो हमें क्या बात है उसमें? तो वो GM लिखना।
देखिए,
जो 20 साल से खा रहे हो तो खा रहे हो, क्या दिक्कत है उसमें?
नहीं, संदीप भाई, इस मुद्दे पे मैंने उस दिन क्वेश्चन उठाया था जब FSSAI वाले और लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी वाले और सब मौजूद थे।
हाँ जी।
मान लीजिए वहाँ आप थे उस दिन?
मैं नहीं था उस दिन।
अच्छा, मैंने यही मुद्दा उठाया था। मैंने मान लीजिए हमने लेबल लगा दिया and the label says is non-GM, and then the lab finding says it is genetically modified. Then what is the situation? Is the manufacturer liable for criminal prosecution? If they say that there is no liability, no criminality, no nothing, then there is no issue. But that they cannot do. There is a criminality involved, and the moment you have criminality involved, and when you have both GM and non-GM available in the system, it can create massive problems for manufacturers.
So I think Dr. Amin and Dr. Halde's points are valid. Till the time there is no standard to test it, there cannot be any criminal liability.
नहीं, वो तो सब हो गया, वो तो उसके बाद की बातें हैं। वो तो टेस्टिंग मेथड भी निकाल देंगे। जब वो टेस्ट करेंगे तो टेस्टिंग मेथड भी आ ही जाएगा।
अतुल भाई, even otherwise, I think it will fall only under misbranding.
हाँ, अतुल भाई, Atul bhai, under the new FSSAI guidelines, other than adulteration, nothing else is criminal action.
Yes.
तो मतलब पैसे दे के छूट जाओ।
Misbranding.
It's a compounding offense.
So that means compounding भी हुई ना।
That
means you are liable, you are a criminal in the eyes of the public.
No, it's not prosecution. It is only a financial implication.
फाइनेंशियल इम्प्लीकेशन तो है, बट आज सेबी या कोई भी होता है अपने ऊपर वो लगाता है, तो अपने लोग क्यों भागते हैं कि यार ये चार्ज ना लगाए, अपने ऊपर ये ना लगाए, तो जो पेनल्टी दें और चुपचाप दें या दें, तो अल्टीमेटली देयर इज अ स्टिग्मा अटैच्ड टू इट.
Sure.
If it is made public, there is a stigma attached to it, and it can harm the brands big time.
Yes.
Prabhu, please start here.
Sir, you start second slide. Okay, third slide. एक गुड न्यूज ये है कि जो लेबलिंग रेगुलेशन है उसको 6 महीने का एक्सटेंशन मिला हुआ है. So this is something good for all of us. So it is now extended. for the next 6 months. So all our compliance to the label, we got enough time, and which we have actually fought. So 1st of July 2022 तक इसको extend किया हुआ है. So this will all the new changes, whatever the changes which we have actually communicated to all the members.
Yeah.
Next. Now this genetically modified engineering food का regulation 2019 का draft अभी publish हुआ है 2021 में. Go to the next slide. Sir, इसमें definition दी हुई है. एक चिट्ठी तो लिख देंगे अतुल साहब, लेकिन इसका जो definition है इसमें भी हम लोग अपनी टिप्पणी देंगे. And we had a consultation with other industry bodies. Everybody is opposing the definition because it also says it contains GMO material, means like source. So it is not only present. If it is a source from GMO, तो इसमें सोयाबीन पक्का आएगा, cotton seed भी पक्का आएगा. तो we are opposing this definition itself. So ये भी एक अलग से मैं अक्षय मोदी सर और हमारी जो रेगुलेटरी लीगल कमेटी है उनके साथ शेयर करके we will finalize and we will send. So two things are there. One is the draft standards, and other, we don't want legal metrology to work on this and label it. So this is one thing which we will do, Atul sir and all the dignitaries. Yeah, next.
Now you should use your good offices to ensure that this does not get implemented.
Sir, इसमें problem क्या है sir? There are some NGOs and I can name
नहीं वो तो है, वो एनजीओ बेनजीओ तो लगे रहते, तो उन्हीं के तो मार्फत ही हो रहा है. पर अपने लोग भी कोई बड़े मतलब छोटे एनजीओ नहीं है, तो अपने लोगों को भी इंश्योर करना चाहिए. We don't allow this. And with your kind of connections in Delhi and in
we will do, sir.
We should ensure that this, because it has the potential of creating a lot of problems.
नहीं, जैसे सर आपने बताया ना, it is not about misbranding or substandard. It is a actually there are people like veg, non-veg. Some people are so against GMO, it will be a business. People will stop using your product.
ये इसमें होगा क्या? वो ultimately there will be blackmailing also. आज इतनी ब्लैकमेलिंग हो जाएगी एंड मतलब वो किसी का मिसब्रांडिंग तो इसमें 1 घंटे में पकड़ जाएगा. कोई सबका तेल ही मिसब्रांडेड हो जाएगा, क्योंकि आज अगर सोया में है कोई या कॉटन में है तो वो मिसब्रांडिंग हो गई तरह से. देन इट कैन क्रिएट हेलो, और somebody says ओके सारा तेल ही जो है ना हमारा सब जीएम है.
चलिए आगे बढ़ो.
हमने जैसे देखा है ना सर, आपने अगर देखा होगा चौधरी साहब, जो रिफाइनिंग में प्रॉब्लम आया था, लोगों ने रिफाइनिंग में क्वेश्चन मार्क शुरू कर दिया था, दो इट वाज लीगली अलाउड, और हमें बहुत दिक्कत गई थी. यही हो जाएगा सर, फिर बोलेंगे लोग बोलेंगे कि वी आर नॉट जीएम, और जो जीएम है वो खराब है. बहुत सारा कुछ हो सकता है इसमें.
अपने वाले भी कर सकते हैं कि वी आर प्रोड्यूसर नॉन जीएम बेस्ट.
मेहता जी जरा ये अपनी चिट्ठी जरा बढ़िया जानी चाहिए.
हाँ सर, गिव मी अ डे.
मतलब यहाँ अपने यहाँ एक से एक टेक्निकल एक्सपर्ट्स मौजूद हैं. शर्मा जी हैं और प्रबोध भाई हैं और सिद्धार्थ भाई हैं, तो इनपुट भैया सबके.
अतुल जी अगर आप देखेंगे इसमें जो डेफिनेशन है, इसमें जो और द फूड इंग्रेडिएंट प्रोड्यूस फ्रॉम बट नॉट कंटेनिंग जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड फूड, ये जो लाइन है बहुत डेंजर लाइन है. इसका मतलब ये है कि सोर्स इज ऑल्सो द जीएमओ.
चलो डन.
Chairman sir, can I say something?
Sir.
Can identify yourself so that I can note down properly.
Sir, my name is Vijay Sardana.
नाम ही काफी है. वो अमिताभ बच्चन था ना, विजय.
जहाँ खड़े हो जाते हैं लाइन वहीं से चालू हो जाती है.
सर वो अमिताभ बच्चन का मूवी था ना, विजय नाम था उनका. तो
भी है.
चल let's come to the point. Yeah, there are a lot of agenda. I'm worried about timing part. Yeah, Vijay bhai, go ahead.
Sir, this notification which we are discussing is not exclusively for oil, but for all the food items. So my request will be, what we should do is, instead of going into details of the notification, we should write exemption clause for edible oils. That in all this notification, you retain it for all other products, we have no problem. But when it comes to edible oil, there has to be exemptions for two simple reasons. One, there is no testing method. Number two, there are no GM components in the product which consumers are consuming. Hence, applying this is a redundancy of the information which is of no significance to consumer.
ठीक है, बात सही है. This can also be one of the ways
Yeah,
of putting across
Because
your view.
if we fight around all this notification, then there will be issue of traceability. Then it is like you have to write raw material. We are not asking this. Then there will be unnecessary, too many technical arguments will go up and down, and then it will be difficult, because then I can, as a NGO, can simply ask you that we want informed choice. Just mention the raw material source that you know very well. So why you are hiding? Then you have no defense. So my point here is that simple point here comes up is because there is no traces of GM in the edible oil, and that is not having any impact on the consumption behavior. Hence, edible oil should be exempted from this notification. That's all.
But Vijay ji, already this notification is out through the Ministry of Consumer Affairs from last 1.5 years for the oil.
I know that, sir. That is what I am trying to say, because behind this, Ministry of Agriculture is also pushing it. Please appreciate. There is a lot of things going on behind the scene. What you are finding is not the outcome of FSSAI. There is a political consensus behind it. I know the developments behind the scene. That's what I'm saying. So you don't go into too many technicalities, because there are too many other agenda which Government of India wants to target. Our interest is looking into edible oil category, and we should request for exemption for edible oil, because this notification has no benefit either to consumers or to anyone else in case of edible oils. बाकी आपको processed food मंगाने हैं, biscuits imported मंगाने हैं, आपको कुछ और sausages मंगाने हैं, वो आप खेलते रहिए, उसमें हमें कोई लेना देना.
साथ में एक और चीज बोल सकते हैं, because countries short of edible oil, we are 70% dependent on imports, and soybean oil is coming since last 25 years from Argentina, Brazil. So that is also a reason that it should be exempted.
That is fine. See, point is that availability is one aspect. Here they are targeting information from a consumer's point of view, that right to information for consumers, that they want to know what they are eating. That is the whole premises on which this thing is building. What I'm trying to say, even if they know or don't know, but this product GM is not going into the stomach of a consumer via oil. So you are asking us to label it when output is not there. It is like processing aid. You don't mention processing aid. You only write additives. Are you getting what I'm trying to differentiate?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, take the analogy that on labeling, you don't mention processing aid. We take a lot of help of enzymes or bacteria and everything. We don't write everything. We say fermented dairy products, period, lassi, period. We don't mention a whole lot of processing aids which we do in cheese making or butter making or so many things. So my argument is that if this is in the interest of consumer, we support what you're saying, but mentioning this on edible oil makes no material gain either to the consumer or to the policy or to the trade. In fact, it will only increase the harassment, and there will be dispute all the time.
No, I think this point also will take in while preparing the reply.
मेहता जी, आपके पास बहुत मसाला हो गया,
ज्यादा मसाला हो गया है,
आगे बढ़िए.
अच्छा, नेक्स्ट
सेकंड स्लाइड
हो गया 5 मिनट.
सर लास्ट स्लाइड.
नहीं, अपने पास होगी ना लिस्ट.
मैं आपको सबको कहना चाहता हूँ,
विजय भाई आवाज आ रहा है आपका.
लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी ने
कैसे वेरीफाई करेंगे?
लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी
हमारा सारा आ गया.
Repealed the rule 5, which was actually given the standards of weight, and particularly oils and fat was a part of the standards of weight. So now it has been repealed. हमें एक सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम थी कि आपका जो पैकिंग है, it was standardized as per the rule 5 table number 2. Now that has been repealed, and in that place rupees per gram or rupees per ml notification has come. So next slide, I will show you what exactly you have to write now. So for example, you are selling 350 ml of any product. You are selling the same product of 1 liter along with the MRP and net weight. You also have to write rupees per gram of that product or rupees per ml of that product, whatever is applicable. This is to bring a uniformity and informed choice to consumer. This is getting effective from 1st of April 2022. Now the standards pack has been repealed. Again, I am repeating. जो हमारा table 2 था, वो पूरा रिपील हो चुका है, उसमें 10th नंबर की रो की एंट्री थी एडिबल ऑयल एंड फैट्स, वो सारा रिपील हो चुका है। नाउ यू कैन पैक इन एनी चॉइसेस, 850 ग्राम पैक कर सकते हो, 1100 ग्राम पैक कर सकते हो 1 अप्रैल के बाद, लेकिन रुपीज पर केजी की अनिवार्य किया हुआ है लिखना। So this is for the discussion. We have forwarded this to all the members. Again, industry have a lot of voices on this. People are opposing this. They are saying it is not required, and a lot of feedbacks have gone from the industry sides, different industry side, particularly because this is required under legal metrology, not only for oils and fat, for entire packaged commodity, including food and non-food. So most of the people are seeing this is a difficulty for implementation, including shampoos, detergents, soap, सब पे आने वाला ही है. This is just for your understanding and information. We will debate this separately.
Okay. Shall we move to the next agenda?
भाई ये आएगा तो इससे confusion बहुत create होगा.
Last slide बचा हुआ है सर. Last slide. It's very important यार, वो commercial interest का slide है सर.
उसके बाद वाला.
Next. हाँ, इसके बाद. इसके पहले वाला.
अब तो thanks ही है.
सर
ये बहुत जरूरी है.
भाई वो ठीक था, नेक्स्ट एजेंडा में ये.
Okay, now we got the call from actually Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Many companies are doing the oil filling and declaring at 40 degrees Celsius. Some companies are declaring at 50 degrees Celsius. So uniformly from Solvent Extraction Association, we have given a submission to Ministry of Consumer Affairs that all the liquid oil which is liquid at the room temperature will show 30 degrees Celsius by weight and which will weigh 910 gram per liter, and semi-solid and solid fat which will have 40 degrees Celsius as a actually filling temperature, because that is their what they consider as a melting point, and would weigh 900 gram per liter. So now this is for your submission, understanding and comments. Thank you.
Thank you. I think, okay, we'll move to the next agenda. Can you move to the next agenda?